Hello and welcome to video 3. This video obviously covers module 3 of the course, and that module is on the nitty-gritty of medical device regulations in Europe and the US. It's an introduction and the fundamentals. It's delivered by an amazing guy called John Adcock, who I'm sure you'll warm to straight away. We've filmed another video of John so he can introduce the module to himself, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of background on John. He's an international medical device regulatory expert, and he's been in the industry for many years. Worked for lots of large companies, always leading the way with regulatory innovation. He's in charge of quality systems, establishment and auditing. He looks at facilities planning and setup, project management, procedures and systems development, and provides a whole host of different training. So this guy's a real expert. And he also represents many international companies that market their medical device technologies in Europe via John's company. So without further ado, I'll pass you over to John and he'll tell you a little bit about the module that he's going to deliver.
Hello, my name is John Adcock. I've worked in the medical device industry since 1982, many of those years with a company called Sherwood Medical, where I was Vice President of Regulatory and Quality. That was a global company, so I'm used to the regulations concerning both the EU and the USA. I started at Vena Limited in 1998. We are regulatory consultants. We specialise in assisting small to medium-sized medical device manufacturers and distributors in their paths to regulatory compliance in the EU and the USA. This workshop is going to be a presentation on the fundamentals of medical device regulation. I will be talking about the EU regulatory scene and what is required to place a device on the market in the EU. And in particular, there are 3 medical device regulations which are fundamental to gaining conformity. These are the medical device directives. Directives being regulations created by the EU, but in turn transposed into national law by the 29 member states. Once you conform to these regulations, your market is open to you, provided you have the correct labelling in the language of the country concerned. The regulations we're concerned with are the Active Implantable Medical Device Directive. This concerns, of course, as it says, just devices like pacemakers and the like. And there's the Medical Device Directive, which is the all-encompassing directive, which most people are concerned with, and the In Vitro Diagnostic Directive, which concerns devices that are for testing in vitro of the body, outside of the body. All these regulations have some similarities, and we have to remember the policing of them is undertaken in several ways. So you will have to remember the terms competent authority. This is the authorities in each of the member states who look after imposing the regulations in that particular country, and notified bodies, who are the commercial organisations who actually do the checking, inspection and the certification of everything other than Class 1 devices. During this workshop I will also be talking about the USA. Not in any great depth, but certainly touching onto it, because it does involve certain regulatory requirements which are important to you if you want to expand your markets into the next largest markets after the EU. The regulations in the US are driven by the Food and Drugs Administration, the FDA. Many of you may have heard about this. They are a very difficult organisation to work with. Some people think they're great and have had no problems, but I can assure you that there are some difficulties at the moment in getting your products approved for sale in the USA. The requirements I will discuss during the presentation will revolve around registrations, registration of the company, the FDA 510K process, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of, and this is the dossier for approval if your product is substantially equivalent to something else on the US market. And finally, pre-market approvals. These are for very complicated newly established devices. So I hope you will watch this presentation. Don't forget to watch the next one.
Wow, you know, regulatory affairs is so critical to a technology project in the medical area, and you need to know what's going on. Okay, nobody's saying you're going to do all the documentation, all the filings yourself, but you need to understand what is required so you can plan it, you can budget it, and you can control it when the time comes. So it's important, even if you're not going to do it yourself, you know what's going on. So let's go over the course structure a little bit more in detail. Now, as I said previously, videos go live, they're up there for a week, and there's discussions and a forum followed by a webinar. So it's really tailored, structured but tailored. It enables you to go back over the materials in your own time, view the videos again, jump back a module if you choose, it's all fine, and really self-pace your learning and development through the process. And by asking questions in the forums, you can really get out of it what you need. But whilst it's self-paced, it is still within a structure to ensure that you get through the material and get out the other side with all the knowledge and experience that you're going to need moving forward. So if you've not getting emails and you found yourself on this webpage by accident, fill in the form below and make sure you get on the list that supports this course. Otherwise, if you are getting the emails, keep an eye out. Video 4 will be with you shortly, where again John will be telling you about the next course that he's putting together. So I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for your time once again.